Everybody, I'm Duncan. Today I will read a new ragged book named Along the Coast. Let's start.
The coast. Focus question. How does the ocean change the land along a coast? Where land and water meet. A coast is the edge of land. It is where land meets the ocean. Another name for that edge is a coastline. Each coastline is different. The land can be steep, flat, rocky, or sandy. Wowzer! Earth has more than 571,000 kilometers. 355,000 miles of coastline. That's more than the distance from Earth to the Moon. Never the same. Coastlines are always changing. Wind makes waves on the ocean. Waves are very strong and are always moving. They move the sand and rocks on the shore. Waves change a coastline. Rocky coasts. In some places, the land at the coastline is very steep. Those coastlines have rocky cliffs. Over time, big waves cause pieces to break off the cliffs. Sometimes the broken cliffs are in the shape of arches or sea stacks. Do you know? Waves can make holes in rocks. Some seabirds use the holes for nests. Some coastlines don't have cliffs, but the land is still rocky. When the tide comes in, water fills holes between the rocks. When the tide goes out, some water stays behind. These holes, full of water, are called tide pools. Life in tide pools. Many animals live in coastal tide pools. For some animals, the calm water in the tide pools is safer than the open sea. Some pools are home to crabs and sea urchins. Sometimes small fish live in tide pools too. You might even see an octopus. Sand, sand, and more sand. Waves break rocks and shells into smaller pieces. Those pieces rub together and break even more. The tiny rocks become round and smooth. They are now sand. Ocean waves drop many pieces of sand along the coastline. Over time, the sand piles up and makes a beach. Colorful beaches. Not all beaches have light brown sand. Some are bright white or pink. Others are black. Why are beaches different colors? The sand came from shells and rocks that were different colors. Sand dunes. On some beaches, wind blows the sand and makes big hills. These giant hills of sand are called sand dunes. Because of wind and water, coastlines are always changing. Be a scientist. You learned that water can make a coastline change in many ways. Decide what materials you would need to construct a model of a coastline. Remember that a coastline is made of water and land. Your model should have both. Ocean water moves back and forth to make waves. How does this movement change your coastline model? Beyond the book. With the help of an adult, use the internet to learn how we can protect coastlines.
Now the test.
Super! You answered all the questions correctly.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye.